Hello everyone! A family battle awaits you today. Novelty versus traditional. Pathos versus simplicity. Sous vide versus grilling. Andre or Tanya? Who will win? Loyal neighbors will decide. How lucky we are to have them. We'll soon find out who has more. Everyone gets a large piece of veal loin. A whole lump of 15 pounds cost us $38. Let's go!
I choose a piece with more meat and less bones. First I remove the meat from the bones, and then I clean them. Salt well and rub it in. Next, sprinkle with paprika, and once again, go over it with your hands on all sides. I pour coals into the starter and use a burner to light them. When the coals are hot enough, pour them into the barbecue. Lubricate the meat with olive oil on all sides. Fry over high heat for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. I pour the soaked wood chips into an iron container. I put the wood chips down and put the veal on top. And on the side of the grate where there are no coals, I cover with a lid and reduce the heat so that the coals barely smolder. After 30 minutes, turn over and cook for 2 hours until the internal temperature reaches 147 degrees Fahrenheit. Meanwhile, Tanya is preparing a pretentious bob according to a clever recipe.
Nothing clever. I just want to win. And note, we have never done this before. I will cook using the sous vide technique. Sous vide is a French method of cooking food in a vacuum at low temperatures. Thanks to this, you should get pink, tender, and juicy meat. Just like in a restaurant. Over medium heat in a mixture of olive and butter, fry until crusty, 2-3 minutes on each side. Then I remove it from the heat and give it time to cool a little. Next, I cut 1 carrot and 1 large onion into rings. In a frying pan, without draining the oil from the meat juices, I fry a little rosemary and a sprig of thyme, 2 cloves of garlic, and half a glass of dry white wine. I'll use this sauce later. Now I rub the cooled veal with salt on all sides. Then I pack it in a vacuum bag with onions, rosemary, carrots, thyme, and finally, I add the sauce that was cooked in the frying pan. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, you can place the meat in a Ziploc bag or wrap it tightly in several layers of cling film.
It turned out spectacular. I'm even ready to lose.
That's why I love you. I really want to beat you outright. The best chefs in the world cook veal sous vide at a temperature of 62 degrees Celsius. To cook 3 pounds of veal, you will need to cook it on the lowest heat for 4 hours. I control the temperature of 62 degrees Celsius using a culinary thermometer. It is very comfortable. And when it is not there, you have to dip your finger in the water. If you can tolerate keeping it in hot water for a few seconds, then the temperature is appropriate. I wonder what Andre is doing right now.
After 2 hours, I grease the loin with sweet and sour sauce with ginger and orange. We bought it at the supermarket. And cook for another 15 to 20 minutes over low heat. After this, you'll need to remove it from the heat, wrap it in foil, and let it rest for 30 minutes. And now, no worries. I'll make grilled vegetables. I chop bell peppers and zucchini. I take tomatoes and hot peppers. I put it on the grill and grease it with the sweet and sour sauce that I used for the meat. I fry until an appetizing crust appears.
It is time to separate the white from the egg. Then I combine the yolk with 1 tablespoon of mild mustard. And I mix it. Then I grind 100 breadcrumbs in the blender. And 100 grams of parsley. Then I take out the cooked meat out of the saucepan. And then out of the bag. And then separate the meat from the bone. And now I remove the rest. I rub the veal with mustard mixture. Everything goes as I planned. Just great. Now we need to sprinkle the meat with the green crumbs, according to the recipe. But this green mass feels like clay. The reason is I wanted crumbs to be more green, and I added more parsley behind the scene. Somehow I stuck it to it. I hope nothing will fall off in an oven. I just need 5 minutes of 200 degrees Celsius to get a crispy crust. And now I'll make a cherry sauce real quick. I add 60 grams of sugar into a saucepan and stir it without a spoon by only circular movements. After this, I add 60 milliliters of balm vinegar, 50 milliliters of cherry juice, and then I keep stirring at low heat for the next 10 minutes to dissolve the caramel. I combine a little water and 10 grams of corn or potato starch. First, I add 100 grams of defrosted cherry to saucepan, and then the starch. And 30 more milliliters of water. The sauce came out just greatly. Let's check if my dreams about the victory aren't dashed in the oven. The crust hasn't fallen to my luck. It's time to show our different meat loins. First, Andrei cuts into pieces my meat. And then his. We'll also need to decorate it beautifully, because aside the taste, the serving, the appearance will be assessed too. My green meat is fully cooked and is truly juicy, but the crust isn't crispy. And Andrei's meat looks really appetizing. I have to work on the design to have more chances. The finishing touch is a little salt. And with excitement, we begin to vote. Andrei gets the first point for this serve. The second one rightly goes to me. Oh no, where is the justice? Another 1 point for Andrei. The chances are getting smaller. Losing is easy, but winning is more difficult, but there is still an opportunity.
Personally, I liked Andre's beast better. It smells smoky and it's well infused with spices.
Oh god, what are my chances? At least it was a draw.
Tanyusha, I'm sorry, but I don't understand this taste. It seems damp to me. And somehow there is not enough spice of taste. And Andre smells of smoke and spring.
Everything is clear here. Andrei was luckier with his neighbors than I was. Now let's look at my daughter's reaction. At least she made me happy in this loss. I still couldn't stand it and decided to test myself for objectivity. Well, it's delicious.
You haven't tried mine yet.
My husband did it really well, with such a radical, bright, smoky flavor. My version is suitable for lovers of tender, healthy and soft meat. Oh, I don't know if I'm still ready for such excitement. That's all for today. Bon appetit and see you later. Bye everyone!